Hello, this is Professor Kim Nelson with the Jewelry Design Department at the Fashion Institute of Technology. Recording another tutorial in our series of tutorials for Rhino. Um, in this case, it's for JD 237 3D modeling. Our first project in this case is going to be, by way of review, we're going to actually model a ring from a professional design. This ring was designed by a dear friend of mine, Maurice, and it's in his book, The Art of Jewelry Design. We're going to make a CAD model of it, and the first thing we need to do is to evaluate it from a modeler's perspective. Three-quarter views are generally not very useful for modeling. There's nowhere to take an accurate dimension, and many things are done to make the piece look more attractive that are misleading. For example, he has drawn a swell in his motif here and here. Okay, from the top view, I'm going to interpret that as an arched sort of a motif. But it's not terribly clear here. Also, I'm assuming that the designer wanted 3 regular flutes, equidistant, static. Yet here, this flute is considerably fuller than these two. Now, part of that is to show that you're seeing some of the front view. That's Maurice doing his due diligence, since you're seeing part of the front and part of the top. This link would still be wider. But the way he has depicted this edge has 2 problems. One is it implies that these motifs are shaped like this. You can't have 3 motifs in a row shaped like that. If you do, you have an awkwardness right here, which he does not show in his design. Okay? So it still leaves a question, did he intend to have this be a straight element? Or did he intend for it to be flared or to have a belly to it? If it has a belly to it, the center motif will have a very, very slight belly, and then that will extend out into more of a belly here. I believe that's what Maurice wanted, so that's what I'm going to do with the model, and vicariously you're going to do as well. Other problem with this line, however, is that a ring shank is a circle, and that circle will cut into this. There's no way for it not to. Okay? Bad painter. Brush artifact. Another brush artifact. Okay. You put a ring in here of any kind, you're going to see this arch in 3/4 view. Maurice does not indicate that arch. So I'm going to have to put it in. And it's going to give a slightly different effect than what he's done, but otherwise what he's showing would be a ring that had a hat on it. something like that, which there's nothing that indicates that's what he would really want. That's a very unusual thing to do, and it's not an advised thing to do because it will change your ring size. It'll make it impossible to get an accurate fit. So I'm going to have to alter that. The other thing that he has going on is if I were to draw an arc to depict what's happening across the top of this piece, it would be something like that. And yet, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to go ahead and cheat in the interest of time. I'm pretty sure that what my friend had in mind is something that flows along the finger. Okay? I'm pretty sure he wanted something that just wrapped around the finger. But if it wrapped around the finger, then that arc would look much more like this. Okay? I think that he wants this soft arc. I don't have him to ask, unfortunately. But I think that's what he wants. So I'm going to stay true to the design, even though it seems a little odd to me. Because it's still a pretty design. It'll work fine. So I'm going to go with a design that gives me a soft arch on top. Okay? The challenge that's going to give us, class, is it's going to insinuate a corner right here. All right? That's not ideal with the design he has. But I think that he doesn't want this to actually bulge up as much. So we're going to keep true to this soft dome. We're going to let this corner exist. That corner will actually be filled in by these two elements here. Oops, sorry, got my by this element and this element. So we're going to let those fill in, and then we will let our element tuck in a little bit. So these actually are a higher elevation than the center and create somewhat of a pronounced corner. And then these shoulders are going to come out. And how these come out will be important in the model. I would like them to have, Maurice has drawn them fairly flat. Kind of what I have here. I think it'll be nicer if it has a bit of a belly to it. So I will put that belly in. it does that artifact on me. I bought a used Wacom tablet, and it's been a little bit demonic. There it goes again. I want to keep that fatness. Okay? So this is what I'm going for at the end of the day. Okay? So as I bring this into Rhino now to work on it, this is the kind of thing I want. Now the elevations might end up being higher here than what I want, or lower. I don't know. I'll make my final decisions in the model, because from now on I am not a designer. I'm a model maker. So I will decide the rest of this piece in the course of the modeling. Okay? So from here on, we will be working in Rhino. Thanks for watching.